Got a Secret, starring Garry Moore.
And good evening, friends. This is a very special edition of I've Got a Secret. It being just a matter of a few days before Christmas, we have tried to dream up something for you in the way of a Christmas show. It is all going to be pretty unexpected, as I will explain to you later. I am standing out in front of our house curtain now, only so that we can save our big surprise for you, so that you can all see it at one time. This being our Christmas show, we've made a special effort, and we've tried to make it as spectacular as our budget will possibly allow. So hold on to your seats and get ready for a big gasp. May we see this, our Christmas set, please. You raise the curtain. Good evening, friends. How are you? We want to thank NBC for allowing us to take the tree from in front of the RCA building. That's about as spectacular as we're going to get tonight, but don't let the paucity of the scenery scare you. We're trying to bring out the point in a small way that it isn't how much money you put into a Christmas thing, it's the feeling that goes into it. I would like to have you meet four people for whom I have very deep feelings. These are our panel. It is our panel. To begin with, there is Bill Cullen, evening William, and Jane Meadows, and Henry Morgan, and with whose hairdo, I'm not quite sure, Faye Emerson.
Sorry, Henry.
Now, I would like to explain to you that from here on in, I don't know a thing about what's going to happen on the show tonight. The panel and I were not allowed to come to rehearsal. We were told that we would receive sealed orders on the air. They did ask us if we would be willing to go along with anything they threw at us, and we said it being Christmas, sure we would. So it's, from now on in, it's as big a secret to us as it is to you. So I will open the first envelope that I have been handed, which is supposed to give me the instructions. Walk over to camera 3, Joe Schwartz, and look in his back left hip pocket. All right, Joe Schwartz, here I come. Look in his back left hip pocket. I have to go around this way. Back left hip pocket. Merry Christmas, Joe.
Same to you, Gary.
Now I walk back here, read this aloud. It says, go back to your desk and introduce our first guest, even though you don't know who it is. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce our first guest of the evening, a man or a woman, and he or she knows better about that than anybody. Internationally known favorite, whose name doesn't come to me at the moment because I've never been told it, our first guest. Whoever he comes. How do you do? Sit down. The man from Schweppes.
I'm here actually, Gary, to furnish a little background music in case you need any for this Christmas festivity. And I'm actually here in the role to introduce somebody. I'd like you and the ladies and gentlemen in the theater audience and all you people on television to meet Faye's son, young Scoop Crawford. Scoop Crawford. Well done, he says to me. Thanks a lot.
First of all, Mr. Moore, I'd like to say that these whiskers are not real.
Well, friends, welcome to Masquerade Party.
And next of all, I'd like to say, wish you all a Merry Christmas, everyone on the show, and all my friends at school, and especially my mother,
Thank
Emerson.
you, darling.
And with those kind words, Gary, I'll go down to the pit so we'll
Sketch, take your beard off.
Yes, you take care of
You take...
Oh, fine, Scoop. Welcome home on vacation.
Well, thank you very much. Well, Mr. Moore, my mother has a hidden talent which very few people know about. And,
I know.
I'd like her to demonstrate it here tonight. So if you'd go over and stand in front of her.
Does your mother know about this?
Scoop, are you sure?
All right, Mama. Now, when I count 3, I want you to start Indian wrestling with Mr. Moore.
Indian wrestling. She can beat me.
Gary?
Yeah, now you stand there and show him how.
On your knees, Gary.
All right. Now, Mr. Moore, you don't have to be afraid or feel that you have to give in because she's an expert.
Yeah.
All right, now when I count 3.
Oh, that's so
One,
unattractive. All the
2,
muscles I've
3.
been trying to hide for years
Go.
are going to show.
Go.
Hey, you know this girl's tough.
Your
Yeah.
next instruction.
Nice to have you with us, Scoop. Merry Christmas, and thanks to Heath. Hey, go up to the Christmas tree. On the floor in front of the tree is an arrow pointing to another arrow. Follow these arrows to your next clue and walk fast because we're 2 minutes over. All right, follow the arrows.
Faster.
Where'd they go? Merry Christmas, Joe Schwartz. We just did that. Where? Right back where I started from. All right, so I'm here.
Gary, you're not on your mark.
Oh, grand. Secret word for tonight has been forgotten. You may go away. Introduce Henry Morgan's great and good friends, the co-author of the Broadway musical Plain and Fancy, and his wife, ladies and gentlemen, one of the finest writers in our industry. I don't know where they're coming from, Mr. and Mrs. Will Glickman. Go over here now.
Yeah. I want you to feel this is your own program.
Thank you.
Well, first I'd like to wish you and everyone here, and especially Henry Morgan, a very Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, Henry, as a little gift to us, we'd like you to do for us one of your famous comedy characterizations. Which one would you like to hear, Horty?
How about Googie Morgan, the British announcer?
I'd like that. Don't you think that'd be nice, Gary?
I would like very much to hear that.
Great. Now, you're going to have to ad-lib, Henry, but I'll give you a little bit of a start. Let's say that you are Googie Morgan. You've just come back to England after a visit to America where you've seen this program, I've Got a Secret. And you're going to describe the program to a British ladies' club. Googie Morgan, you're on.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm so delighted that you asked me here today to explain my recent visit to the States, the ex-colonies. As you know, they have televideo, as do we, and one of their most attractive programs is something that I saw called I Don't Know the Answer. What they do, there is a ceremonial master, an engaging sort of chap. Not too young, but very engaging. And he has this group of extroverts. They simply sit. I don't know if they're paid. But they have a spurious humor about them. They always laugh, you know, as though they were having a terribly good time. And the ceremonial master invites guests who have things that they would rather not have told. He, probably by the inducement of money, arranges for them to be exposed. Now, the method is this. He says, for example, you there, Miss What's-her-name, you see. Terribly charming girl with a look, and she's also quite witty and intelligent, I suppose. And he says, now, our guest has this little thing going, and you're supposed to know what it is, and it's something her grandmother is sorry for. She says, oh, is that my clue? He says, yes. And she says, now this grandmother, was she, am I interested in her waist? And he says, yes or no, as the case may be. And she says, is it east of the Congo? Is it north of somewhere? He's a complete imbecile. Then, it finally comes around to a terribly brilliant man, sort of an unpleasant chap. He knows the answers, but he won't tell. And he just toys with it. Now, I understand that this is paid for by a cigarette. The cigarette is perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. But those people, I don't see how long does this go on, by the way?
Merry Christmas again, Henry.
Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Unfair.
And I have some instructions for you.
Oh, thank you very much. 50 job of ad-libbing, Henry. Yes. Somebody... Santa Claus?
Merry Christmas, Gary. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, sir.
And a happy St. Patrick's Day to the Paddles. I have a bit of instruction for you.
You do?
Yes, your next guest is right over here on our stage, and I'm going to tell you his name and ask you to make a very flowery introduction for Steve Allen over there. Would you do that?
Yes, I would be happy to. Ladies and gentlemen, a young man I have known and admired for many, many years since I first met him in Hollywood. Probably the quickest mind in our business today, Mr. Steve Allen. Merry Christmas, Steve.
And from me, a Merry Christmas, too, as well as from Santa Claus. I'm going to get right to the point. Jane has been doing a lot of recording lately. She's sort of creeping into my end of the business. And she has surprised the family by coming up with a big hit called What Is a Husband? And I would like to hear her do it.
But I don't.
I know you don't, my dear, but I have taken the precaution of bringing it along so that you... so that you couldn't back out. Is that all right, Gary?
Sure.
Very well.
Steve Allen.
That's the name. That's...
What like music on? Where did she get you home? Gibbs?
Yes. Do we have a little Christmas music? A little what is a wife, husband? Where's music?
Are you going to do the lead-in?
No.
No?
I don't think so.
All myself? There are various ways of acquiring a husband. Candlelight, false eyelashes, homemade pies, wealthy parents, flattery, trickery, and determination. What are husbands made of? Do-it-yourself kits, World Series tickets, fishing trips, receding hairlines, clumsy feet, and, when they disagree with you, fat heads. When you want them, they can usually be found under cars, inside TV sets, behind newspapers, making bologna sandwiches, looking for fuses, in hot water, and frequently in debt. Nobody can come home so late with so many alibis and bring along so many friends for dinner without letting you know. And nobody can drive a car as well, mix a martini better, pace a maternity floor faster, swing a bigger deal, or waste 2 hours taking a shortcut that just isn't there. A husband is an endless source of information. He knows taxes are too high, salaries too low, how to get things wholesale, a screwball from a knuckleball, the answer to last week's quiz shows, how to have a ticket fixed, head waiters, army buddies, and too many other women. He doesn't know what's eating his boss, what makes his mother-in-law tick, what this world is coming to, how to mambo, and how to keep his mouth shut. Just so that you can remember him every minute of the day, he leaves you with socks to don, shirts to iron, buttons to sew on, spots to take off, messy ashtrays, clothes to pick up, garbage to take out, and then comes home and asks, "What have you done all day?" Who else can say, "Happy birthday," when it's really your wedding anniversary? And who else can spend a romantic evening yawning, reading, snoozing, and switching TV channels? But when the alarm clock goes off in the morning and you look across the bed, the face you see is not Clark Gable, not Liberace. It's that unshaven, unkempt, bleary-eyed, wonderful hunk of a man, your husband.
Recognize yourself, Steve?
Well, I didn't write that. Some other folks did, but it was very, very sweetly done,
Steve does
dear.
the other side to it.
Yes, so I heard. It's called What is a Wife? Go out and buy it. Now you'll get your rebuttal.
Gary, I know this next card is going to be a big help to you in handing it to you. I just want to say goodnight to you. It's a wonderful show so far, and I know it's going to be even better from here on in. I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.
Merry Christmas to you, Steve.
Merry Christmas.
These are the kind of cards calculated to keep one young. The next instruction merely says, Gary, wait for further developments. Hey, that's a pretty good development. Introduce Bill Cullen's good friend and agent, and may I say that in all too infrequently in this business are agents also good friends. It happens to be that way in my case, and Bill is lucky it happens to be that way in his case, too. Here's Bill's agent, Marty Goodman. Hi, Marty. Here, I guess?
Nice to see you, Gary, and as Bill's agent, I'd like to wish you on there. That's 10% of Merry Christmas. Seriously, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Thank you.
I have a request I'd like to make of Bill.
I have a request I'd like to make of you. Are you getting scale for this?
I couldn't find an agent.
Boy.
Bill, you know how to handle audiences, and you've been an MC, and you're a great performer, aren't you, right?
Oh, yes, I am, Marty.
And you're a great ad-libber, aren't you?
Up until 11 years ago, I was the youngest MC in the business, too.
I had to stop saying that. And you're a great ad-libber, right?
Sure, I am. No, I'm really not. I guess I have to say that. No.
Sure you are, Bill.
Am I, Henry?
Sure you are.
You were supposed to say that sooner.
Bill, there are four simple things There are four simple things I'm going to ask of you. First one is very simple. Everybody knows this in the business. I'm going to ask you, since you have audiences in the palm of your hand, to make the audience, there's going to be an ex-client, make the audience laugh. Oh, that's mean.
Oh.
Well,
do I have...
I was going to say...
Do I have my choice of audience, or do I have to use this bunch?
Made him laugh.
Don't say good. I'll get that later, will you?
The second one is rather simple. Bill, I want you to make them real angry and make them boo.
Make them what?
Boo, you know, real angry. Boo.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce our next guest. A man you probably read about in Collier's magazine, and he was sent to us to help publicize the story. Ladies and gentlemen, Adolf Hitler.
He's doing fine.
Maybe everything I've always said about him is true.
Might be.
Having said this, Bill, we'd like you to make the audience applaud.
Oh, well, that's easy as an old announcer.
No, Bill.
I do that for Henry on his show.
You've referred to yourself many times on Place the Face on your morning show as "Oh, lovable Bill." We know you're not old. We know you're lovable. How lovable can you be? And the producers want to know if you could be lovable enough while you sit there to induce some lady in the audience to come up and give you a kiss.
Well,
first
of all, I would like this to apply only to the single ladies with money. And do I have an unlimited budget on this, Gary?
As far as I'm concerned, it isn't mine.
I haven't seen a lady move yet, Bill.
No. I have ways, though, Mart. Well, that wasn't one of them, but what was it? Anyone? And now what's the next instruction, and can we do it here?
Will she kiss you?
Oh, will you kiss me?
Yes, Bill. Merry Christmas.
And a happy New Year to you.
I don't get any money, but I give you a cigarette.
But you want to get us 10% of that.
Merry Christmas, Gary. Here are your next instructions.
Wait, I've been wondering what the phone was for. This is it? All right. Hello. Oh, it's my son on the phone. Wait a minute now. Wait a minute, Mason. He said, the next thing you're supposed to do is introduce Bill Demling and Vinnie Bogart. Bye, and he hung up. Not a very loquacious lad. Well, that's a great joy, too. Vinnie Bogart and Bill Demling are two of my staff of fine writers, and also, I'm happy to say, very close friends. From where they come, I don't know. Here are Vin and Bill. Bill, Vin. Excuse, where was Mason calling from? Home in Rye? We'll get him. Yeah.
We would like to wish a very Merry Christmas to all.
Yeah, Christmas to all.
And, Gary, everybody knows that you won the Look Award for the Best Master of Ceremonies.
Look Award for the Best Master of Ceremonies.
But we who work with you closely every day realize that you have another talent.
Yes?
Don't get up. Gary, what Toscanini is to football, what Stokowski is to basketball, this is what you are to music. We know that you are one of the finest choral directors in existence, and we have gone to no expense to bring you one of the finest choruses to conduct. It's just anybody who happens to be lying around. I have the lyrics to a very popular Christmas song. There you are, and if you will conduct us all singing, we will follow you as best we can. Shall we all assemble? Everybody who happens to be around. Line up in here.
Now where do I go? Oh, I know this bit. Yeah, sure. This is a small device we stumbled upon one night at a party when somebody dropped a spoiled olive into the tomato juice. And we find that really, as much as we admire Fred Waring, it is really not too difficult to imitate Fred Waring if you will only follow the director. So what are we singing? Winter Wonderland. Oh, hold it up, because I don't know how it goes. Skitch, are we going to do this thing? Okay, here we go. All right, everybody. Home. Hey. All right, watch the conductor, and let's make this with soul, with feeling for Christmas. You ready to go?
Sleigh bells ring. Are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening.
I didn't give you the name. You ad-libbed the name. We'll take that phrase again. Snow is glist. In the lane.
Snow is glistening. A beautiful sight. We're happy too.
You don't get stuff like this on omnibus, and you know it.
Walking in a winter wonderland.
How much of this you going to be able to stand? Don't go. Can we change keys? Oh. I've gone away into the bird. Yeah.
Gone away is the bluebird. Here to stay is a new bird. He sings a love song as we go along, walking in a
Travel arrangements for I've Got a Secret are made through United Airlines. United Airlines flies our contestants in fast new DC-7 mainliners. This has been a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production. This is John Cannon speaking.